I don't really remember deciding to want a rodeo. You know, I'm a fourth-generation cowboy. I grew up around cowboys, and it's all I can ever remember wanting to do or be.
The first time I saw Ty, he had his hat down over his ears where his ears kind of stuck out, and he was wearing these little black chaps that his mom had made for him. He was a cowboy from day one.
When Ty sets his mind to something, he's the most determined individual you'll ever come across. Focused.
You know, I try to treat this competition the same way I treated riding, but it's hard because I had full confidence in my moves with riding, and every week here, it's all I can do just to remember the routine.
You got yourself into a terrible muddle. What am I grabbing? Is it the bull? Is it the cow? I don't know.
I've always set goals my whole life, but I always approach it one day at a time. I knew dancing was going to be a giant stretch for me, but when I committed to doing it, you know, I wasn't going to go at it halfway. I was going to give it everything I got. I've put in countless hours into this competition, but there's not 1 ounce of quit in this body, so I'm going to keep pushing through to show everybody I can run with the big dogs.
That's it.
The Argentine tango has everything I like. Strong, serious, get to hang on to Chelsie, and I can do lifts.
Awesome job. Take that home, watch it as much as you can.
What Ty may lack in talent, he's definitely making up for in hard work and dedication.
There's not going to be anyone outwork me. They may outdance me, but this week I'm going to be working 24/7.
You want to come to bed?
Prende en fuego esta pista. Que nos pierde la milonga para que el puro ron. Amor que se baila, puro ron. Que nos pierde una milonga.
Some of his comments are why I'm on medication, because you captured the flavour and the essence of the dance. The cowboy, the gaucho, the lady of the night, looking round. Come on, baby. I tell you what, Ty, you're not a natural performer and actor, and yet you've come out here, and for me, you've produced your best dance.
Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, the judges' scores. Carrie Ann Inabe.
8.
Len Goodman.
9.
Bruno Tognoli.
8. And he's got his rumba solo coming up. What do we have to look forward to?
A lot, I'll tell you that.
Okay, so we start out with the cucaracha, right? So show me your cucaracha, and you're going 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, 3, 4. You really want to think you're going around, right? Cuban hip action.
Seems like at this point, pretty obvious I'm not Cuban.
No, they're right. Unfortunately, you know, I wish I could just score you on how much you've improved and the way you've learned, the way you like this woman. Because I would give you a 10 easy. But it's true. Right now, we're looking for people who can make it to the finals and make it all the way. And it was just still a little wooden, but it was a very creative way to escape the solo.
Will the judges please reveal their scores? Carrie Ann Inabe.
7.
Len Goodman.
7.
Bruno Tognoli.
7.
Well, Chelsie kind of let me take some liberties on the solo, and I went over and did it right in front of my wife. And the score wasn't great, but I'm hoping that my solo pays dividends later.
Let me tell you, hey now, Jewel, watch out.
That hip thing was his idea, I swear.
What do you think got us through, the fans or my spot-on rumba? Speed it up just a little bit. She can handle it. Come on, Chelsie, stiffen up a little bit. Man, you dancers are so fluid.
Yeah! Alright, so our next dance is the Viennese Waltz, and hopefully we can make this our best dance yet. And basically all we're going to do in this dance is just build on what we already know. 1, 2. He's got like the rise and fall down. I didn't even teach you the rise and fall.
We got that from the waltz, don't we? My fans went out on a limb and kept me on the show over a better skilled dancer. Now, I have to justify their votes, and it starts with this Viennese Waltz.
Take me far away. Now I'm feeling low outside my door. Meantime, I'm leaving my woman at home.
I don't think anyone has worked harder, no one has struggled more than you, and no one definitely has tried more than you throughout this series to become a dancer. And, you know, they say the harder you work, the better dancer you become, and you have worked so hard. I know there was a couple of little issues throughout that performance, but overall, I thought it was fabulous. Well done.
Semi-final. Viennese Waltz should be smooth, effortless, like a crane. It wasn't. He nearly dropped her.
That was nothing to do with the performance.
And the arms. It was like chasing flies. It wasn't. I'm sorry, man.
Not true either.
This Look at Jill. Look at this performance. I'm sorry.
Jill did a waltz.
Yeah, by the way, you can see them in Branson in The Odd Couple starting next week.
I do have to say, tonight you struggled. It wasn't your best dance. You were kind of wobbling a little bit on the turns, and they weren't
Twice
smooth.
He wobbled.
Yes, he wobbled. So that's a mistake. You have to take off points for that.
You kids don't have
Only there was a shovel.
No,
sit down. Well, you're getting on my bloody wig.
You'll see them in Branson in The Odd Trio starting next week.
Will the judges please reveal their scores? Carrie Ann Inabe.
8.
Len Goodman.
9.
Bruno Tognoli.
8. It's all about just having fun, so we're really going to loosen up and have a party. Go like that. Shake your butt. We're doing that.
The samba is supposed to be like a party, but it's more like a pain in the ass with a whole lot of steps you gotta remember.
That's awesome.
Are you being serious?
That's serious.
Begin to crumble, but love will never die. Because we cannot stumble before we say goodbye. My love and I will be in love eternally. And that's the way it's meant to be. All around, I see the purple shades of evening. And on the ground, shadows fall once again, you're in my arms so tenderly. The sidewalks in the street, the concrete and the clay beneath my feet begin to crumble, but love will never die. Because see the mountains tumble before we say goodbye, my love and I.
Ty, I vote you most valuable player of season 8.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And that's because with your hard work and determination, you remind people that with that, you can go places you never dreamed. Look, you're here in the semifinals, and congratulations.
But what I've got to say, Chelsea, you have done a fantastic job.
Ty, you know, what fun. And you know better than probably any of these guys left in this competition just how far the viewer votes can take you. Now is your chance. What do you want to say to them at home?
Well, I just appreciate it. You know, I figured when I come on this show, I was kind of carrying the flag for the Cowboy Nation, and I'm not going to let them guys down. I'm going to stay bared down.
Ladies and gentlemen, the judges' scores. Carrie Ann Inabe.
8.
Len Goodman.
7.
Bruno Tognoli.
8. Ty, listen to me. That, I thought, was fantastic. The whole thing.